Today we're in studio with the all-new 2025 Toyota Camry. We have an all-wheel drive XSE and a front-wheel drive XLE to walk you around. Let's show you what this new 2025 Camry looks like inside and out. We'll talk about some of the differences, the changes. As you can see, from a design perspective, the roofline, the body structure, the overall design of the car is pretty similar to the 8th generation Camry. But in this 9th gen, we've got a slightly more modern front end, taking some design cues from the Prius and the Toyota Crown. I think it looks pretty sharp. Toyota has redesigned the suspension, the braking system, and the new Camry is now exclusively a hybrid coming in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive drivetrains. So the front-wheel drive makes 225 horsepower, the all-wheel drive 232 horsepower. The focus here is on better responsiveness, and we will get to test that out once we get a chance to get behind the wheel and drive this in a few months. All right, so this is the XSE. It's all-wheel drive. I can put this into accessory mode. We've got Toyota's new gauge cluster, 3 pods that are all configurable and adjustable. Heated, ventilated seats. We don't have fuel economy numbers on these new Camrys yet, but we can probably assume they'll be very close, if not even slightly better than the current generation, which the most efficient Camry I think is 52 mpg combined, which is pretty awesome. So somewhere between 40 and 50 miles to the gallon, depending on grade, all-wheel drive configuration for all-wheel drive, etc. Nice looking center console here. Eco, normal, and sport drive modes. Your hold button, parking brake. I mean, all of this is very, very similar to what we've seen from more recent Toyotas. I love that they're keeping and maintaining physical controls for climate. We've got our new infotainment system here, wireless charging down here, a nice little cubby to put things. Here's your key fob. Looks very similar to other Toyota key fobs. Nice, big, pretty deep center console here. And love these new seats. I like how the seat material kind of plays into the door panel here on the side. Taking some inspiration here from the Crown. I mean, this is a very nice, high quality feeling interior. New steering wheel design looks great too, in my opinion. Lots of easy to use physical controls here. Let's go check out trunk space, and then we'll sit in the back seats. I assume pretty much everything's about the same as it used to be. Absolutely cavernous trunk in the back of this Camry, almost old school levels of trunk space in here. Just a ton of room. Compact spare tire, love to see that in 2025, and 60/40 folding rear seats. Unfortunately, no grab handle here, but you can just use the trunk. A little bit squeaky with this pre-production model. I'm 5'10". The seat is set to my driving position, and I have plenty of legroom and headroom in here, a couple inches above my head. Nice and comfy, no complaints. 2 USB ports, one Type A, one C. And on first impressions, this interior looks very nice. Let's go hop in the XLE and see what that interior looks like. A little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. The Toyota Camry has always been one of my favorite Toyota hybrid products. It just drives so well. And in my experience, the Camry is surprisingly athletic. It handles incredibly well too. Even the hybrid from the 8th generation was really impressive on the road. I had one for a week and really enjoyed my time in it. Supposedly, Toyota has made this new generation handle even better. So again, really excited to get behind the wheel of one of these. Got some different materials here in this XLE front-wheel drive. Almost like a cloth, suede-like material here. Looks good. Again, that seat material on the sides, played in the door panel and on the dash. Kind of neat. Interesting. Lighting in this Camry's interior is a little bit better than the other car, so we can get a nicer view of everything. Put this back into accessory mode. This is a closed space, so I'm not about to turn this on. Toyota's infotainment, very CarPlay and Android Auto focused, like that. That's very nice. Looks like we have a JBL audio system here. The focus with this new generation of Camry seems to be mostly mechanical, and that's not a bad thing. Giving this an updated hybrid drivetrain with a little bit more power and responsiveness is probably going to be a very welcome addition, especially if they're just hybridizing the whole Camry lineup. The fact that it's going to be more powerful than the Accord is going to be great. And yeah, we'll see how some of the suspension braking refinements add to on-road driving feel. But overall, this looks like a pretty promising generation of Camry. Should be very, very fuel efficient, very comfortable, and a really nice car to drive. So anyway, we'll get back to you guys once we get a chance to get behind the wheel. But in this first studio walk around, hopefully this has given you a taste of what it looks like inside and out. Not an enormous change considering that this body style looks very similar to the previous generation, even down to the blacked out roof here on this XSE. But we've got different taillights, bumper designs, and of course, a more powerful hybrid drivetrain underneath with more powerful electric motors or motor, depending on if you're front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. That all-wheel drive rear axle connection is solely motor driven, and it shouldn't add that much weight either, probably a little bit less than 150 pounds or so. Don't have exact numbers on that, but an all-wheel drive Camry should be a pretty good choice for those who live in the snow belt or those drivers who want just a little bit extra confidence behind the wheel and some extra power. Let's take a quick peek under the hood of this new Camry. 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder and 2 electric motors in this XSE all-wheel drive. Looks about like it always has. Liking the new front grille design. Those DRLs are really sharp, very similar to what we see in the Prius. Let's see if we can get those to turn on here. So here are your headlights. Oh yeah, that's gonna look cool in the rearview mirror. Tail lights back here. Looking almost Accord-like with the crab claws. Are Honda and Toyota designers sharing notes with the new Prelude and the Prius looking almost identical? Overall, a good-looking car. Interesting to see Toyota's new design language. Here's the new badging, all-wheel drive, hybrid electric vehicle. A lot of gloss black on this car inside and out. These are our new 19-inch wheels, 235/40 R19s all the way around on this XSE. And the 18s on the XLE are 235/45 R18s. A little bit more sidewall here. Nice panoramic sunroof too. Got this structural piece in between, but yeah, rear passengers have a pretty good view of everything. All right, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. We'll post some specs and some more details on the new Camry in the description. But right now, the embargo is lifting on these cars. They're just getting released, and wanted to bring you guys a quick taste of what these look like in studio before we get a chance to drive them here in a few months.